Very good morning, all of you. So today's live session will focus on the following questions, as I mentioned prior. So how many hours should we actually study during this lockdown? Because we have plenty of time for ourselves. So how many hours should you actually allot? And for suppose you're allotting some fixed number of hours, is there any way in which you can increase the same? That is how to maintain that consistency and how to stay active throughout the week. And most importantly, the final question, is it the quality or the quantity which matters, or is it the both? So we'll have an overview of these topics. And the speciality of this live session is that you will be giving the answers. I mean, the various strategies which you are implementing during your preparation. You can post them in the comment section a bit later. I'll get back to that as soon as possible, right? So that the strategies which you are implementing might help others, or the strategies which others are implementing might help you in the process, right? So we'll try to have that interaction as well. But before we proceed, we'll have a heads up pertaining to this topic. Like, how many hours should we actually allot during lockdown? So, in your opinion, how many hours? 2 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours? What do you think? So let's practically speak and see how you are actually doing and see how we can progress accordingly. So, what do you think is the more appropriate quantity of hours that you can allot during your preparation, especially in this lockdown phase? 2 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours, or 10 hours? So, what do you think is the appropriate number? See, let's suppose you're waking up at 5 o'clock, which is almost impossible in most of the cases. So let's assume you're waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Or there are instances where you might wake up at 9 a.m. Indian Standard Time or 9 a.m., no matter where you are. So we'll talk in terms of Indian Standard Time. So it can be 5 a.m. or 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. It doesn't matter. So we look into both of these criteria. Night owls usually wake up late, whereas early bird risers they usually wake up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. So if you're waking up at 5 a.m., so let's start from there. 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. Let's suppose 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. So you'll be getting 3 hours. Consider that as your first session. So in 5 to 8 a.m. slot, how many hours do you think you can allot? Yeah, how many hours do you think you can allot between 5 a.m. to 8 a.m., assuming that you're waking up at 5 a.m.? So maximum of 2 hours, let's suppose. So session one, 5 to 8 a.m. So you can allot a maximum of 2 hours in this particular session. So 1 hour you can exclude for other activities, answering nature's call or having breakfast or taking a bath, etc. So 1 hour you can allot for other activities, but 5 to 8 a.m., 6, 7, 8, 3 hours, you can allot a minimum of 2 hours towards preparation. Okay, consider this as a model. Of course, you can customize it as per your requirements, as per your time availability, and as per your convenience, most importantly. It's not standardized. I hope you got my point. So, after the first session, now let's move on to the second session. So, let's suppose 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. So consider this as your second session. So you have 4 hours of time. So 8 to 12. So in these 4 hours, can you allot a minimum of 2 to 3 hours towards preparation? 2 to 3 hours. See, I'm being very considerate. I'm not saying 4 hours, or I'm not saying 3 hours. At least 2 hours or at least 3 hours. So 2 to 3 hours in that 4 hour slot in session two, right? So just keep a note of the same. And session three, let's assume you have your lunch or a snack or whatever, and you start again from 1 p.m. So let's leave out that 12 to 1 p.m. slot for lunch or for break, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. I mean, after lunch, it's really difficult to focus and concentrate. During that phase, you can practice diagrams or illustrations. We'll get back to that a bit later. So 1 to 3 p.m., 2 hours. Let's assume you are spending at least 1 to 2 hours towards preparation. Okay. This is all not standardized, right? So please keep that in mind. And 3 to 5 p.m., let's suppose you're having your afternoon nap, 2 hours, and you start your session 4 from 5 p.m., let's suppose, till 8 p.m. Again, 5 to 8, 6, 7, 8. So you have around 3 hours. So in these 3 hours, let's assume you're allotting at least 1 to 2 hours, a minimum of 1 to 2 hours towards preparation or towards your priority at hand. And let's assume you're having your dinner, okay, 8 to 9 p.m. So let's leave that time. So session 5 to 11 p.m., maximum of 11 p.m. So can you allot at least 1 to 2 hours towards preparation, right? So you can consider this as one model. So in this particular model, you can see early bird risers, you can see those who start their day at 5 o'clock and then proceed till 11 p.m. with periodic and strategic breaks wherever required. You can see 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 2, 5, 7, 9, 11. A minimum of 7 hours towards preparation in that particular day, as most of you rightly mentioned previously, or a maximum of 10 to 12 hours, which obviously depends on various factors. So this is one model which you can consider. So if you're going by this, night owls, which most of us are, let's assume you're starting your day at 9 a.m. It means you can start from here and then extend this additional time in the form of session 6 till 1 p.m. 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. as per your habit of sleeping. So you can buy additional 2 to 3 hours if you are a night owl. Just the model upgrades accordingly. So if you carefully observe, even with minimum effort, and minimal planning, you can allot a minimum of 7 to 8 hours or 10 to 11 hours, especially during this lockdown phase where you have almost 24 hours for you, almost 24 hours for you. But having said that, there are numerous other factors. You might be having other responsibilities. You might be a homemaker. You have to take care of family, kids, and if you are a breadwinner, you have to take care of other needs. So, considering all these factors, if you start with a minimum of 3 to 4 hours, in my opinion, start with a minimum of 3 to 4 hours every day. That's good enough. But gradually, as I said, in one of the questions in thumbnail, you can see, is it the quality or quantity which matters? Of course, both. It's not that we have to select only one option. It's both quality and quantity. So 3 to 4 hours, heads up. And then as you progress, you can gradually increase to 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, or 10 hours, or 12 hours, depending upon your time availability, depending upon your convenience. Now, the most important question which we all have is, this seems to be an ideal model, more or less a standardized model. How do you think we can consistently allot time towards preparation based on this on day-to-day basis? See, having said that, you should never have that stress or pressure of performing on day-to-day basis. It's quite a challenge, but you should understand this. Just because we have discussed a particular model doesn't mean that you should be under constant stress of trying to work it out. That should never happen. These models should come out naturally based on your time availability and convenience, as I mentioned. So now coming to the question, the more important question, how to maintain this consistency. This is where I want you guys to speak out. So list out the strategies which you are implementing on day-to-day basis in order to see to that you're maintaining this enthusiasm and consistency. I'll put up certain aspects here. In the meantime, I want you guys to even share your strategies so that it might help others or other strategies might help you accordingly. So I would say you can maintain this consistency through different means. The first one I would highlight here is positive distractions. So as we discussed prior n number of times, so positive distractions in the form of cooking. So I see most of you blogging or sketches or painting. It can be anything. It can be any activity which helps you stay positive, which helps you stay motivated, which gives you a positive feeling overall. So you can indulge in various positive distractions based on the extent to which you enjoy those activities. This is very important. And along with that, this is what we were actually discussing yesterday in our home. And my mother asked you to specifically mention this. And I particularly, specifically applied this during my preparation, which I mentioned prior several times. Change your physical environment. It is possible when you change your places. Simple. See, if you observe our live sessions, I will try to conduct in different locations possible indoor because a specific location will bring monotony, will bring passivation even without your knowledge. Take my word. Have you ever examined or observed the same? If you sit in a particular location throughout the day, you obviously feel passivated. So change your places. That is, change your physical environment. If you're sitting in a room, sit in a balcony, or sit in a veranda, or in your parking space, anywhere, so that you're actually changing your physical environment as per this session. So we have different sessions. So use different places, physical places for different sessions possible. And again, it has to be based on your convenience. And my personal favorite is obviously study room if you have, or dining table, or a parking area, or balcony, or terrace. So I specifically use dining table and the balcony during my preparation, along with my study room. So combination of two or three physical places throughout the day, so that it keeps you engaged. It doesn't draw that negativity in the form of passivation. So that you can try. And what else? This particularly worked to me and helped me maintain that momentum during my preparation. Talk to your loved ones. It can be your family, parents, father, mother, or your best friends, or your boyfriend or girlfriend. It doesn't matter. Talk to your loved ones because it helps you boost your overall productivity. I mean, the reverse can also happen. The reverse can also happen. So you should exercise caution. But talking to your loved ones, sharing them your challenges will definitely, in my experience, will definitely help you overcome all the negativity. So at the end of the day, it's not about avoiding negativity, but overcoming that negativity with positive stimulus, right? So what else? What other strategies do you think can you implement or are you implementing during your preparation? Now I'll get back to your comments. So Rahil says mind should be at peace. In that frog first strategy, that is doing a task which requires more mindfulness during first hour of preparation, that I'll finish my steps as ASAP. Rahil, I'm sorry, I didn't get your comment. I mean, I didn't understand your comment. Yeah, of course. When you say mind should be at peace, that's obviously a very good psychological strategy which you can implement. So, no overthinking. In other words, or in simple terms, as far as I understand, no overthinking. So, obviously, when you implement this psychological strategy, so you're trying to psych your mind, you're trying to tell yourself, okay, there is nothing to worry. In fact, there is actually nothing to worry. So, if you stop overthinking and just focus on the task at hand, that's more than suffice. Good. So obviously you can implement that strategy as well. So avoid overthinking and focus on the task at hand. Mindfulness. Good. Mindfulness. And Sriparna says gardening. Yeah. So you'll go to your garden to change your environment. But I'm sure not everyone has a garden, but at least if you have access to garden, just observe the plants, water the plants. Of course, you can do it. So these can be considered as positive distractions, isn't it? So these can be considered as positive distractions. What else? Yeah, listening to motivational videos, songs, again, positive distractions. So a very good song or your favorite song would help you maintain that positivity, enthusiasm, even excitement, depending upon the nature of music. And Rahil says at night or during end of the day, just make a schedule for the next day. Good. So you can use a complaints report to keep a track on your particular day, the events in a particular day. Also, as Rahil mentioned, you can just plan an overview of the upcoming day, like what you're actually planning to accomplish the coming day. So that helps you stay motivated. Good. So I'll mention that as complaints report. So what else? What else do you think works out, and what other strategies are you implementing? So Sriparna says she talks to her mom a lot to freshen up her mind. That's good. Mothers, they are the greatest buffers of negativity available. They help us, overcome all of these negative feelings for sure. Good. So Sujay also says the same. At the end of the day, make a schedule for the next day. And Rahil says, forming a plan just in the beginning of new subject so that we have our own blueprint to finish our subject without any stress. Scheduling. Definitely scheduling helps you overcome stress because you have clear cut view on what you wish to accomplish. Good. Prajna says daily 1 or 2 hour photography brings focus. I use that momentum, replace phone or camera with laptop and books. Wonderful. So again, another positive distraction. Photography. Of course, you can use photography. Post it anywhere you want. Okay. Vasundhara says, completing task on hand day to day keeps yourself motivated. Make a chart and tick as you accomplish. Good, Vasundhara. In fact, I've seen most of you using complaints report for the very same purpose, especially in the notes column. You have been writing various tasks which you are accomplishing and then putting a tick mark. Good. That gives you a great deal of satisfaction. Wonderful. So that definitely works out. So complaints report. So you can consider that as a component of complaints report. Sriparna says at the beginning of the day, I make plan what to study for the whole day. Okay. So heads up to your day. Sujay says focus on task at hand, giving our best. Good. Rituja says I start my day by seeing natural beauty. Good, Rituja. So you're lucky to have access to natural beauty because most of us are in concrete jungles. But anyways, no matter where you are, you can look up sky and observe the greenery, if possible, in the form of plants or grass, etc. Roshan says, I shift my study room on terrace so no one disturbs. Good. So areas or rooms or places where you have least disturbance possible, and then physically shifting your places will definitely help you maintain that momentum. Wonderful. Agnishwar says, invest time in your skills rather than spending time in browsing social media sites. So Agnishwar has given us some information pertaining to browsing social media. Yeah, you can just look into that as well. Yeah, and what else? Yeah, the problem with social media is that once you start going through the same, it's like a hookup. I mean, it's a never ending process. So as we discussed prior, remove all your or deactivate all your notifications. That will definitely help you. Remove all the apps, remove all the unnecessary apps, right? So you can implement various such strategies. Yeah, Agnishwar, as Agnishwar rightly mentioned, a person who manages his social media very effectively and efficiently in terms of minimal amount of time towards the same will definitely do better because in this era of smartphones and social media, we often tend to get lost uh, spending countless number of hours towards unnecessary things. But a person who masters the same will definitely have an edge. So deactivate all your notifications. Just follow prime time news as we discussed prior at specific timings. That will definitely help you out. Sub uses some meditation during study when I can't focus. And Sub, I appreciate for bringing that to my attention. In the process of implementing this technique of meditation, you can even have this visualization technique. In fact, we discussed the same previously as well. So visualization greatly helps you to, have those positive feelings. So as we have tried out in last session, so visualize what you want to achieve, or visualize that you have achieved something. So how would that feel? How would those achievements make you feel, and how would that make those around you feel? So visualization is a very, very powerful technique. In fact, you can trick your mind by visualizing, and you can have those bouts of positivity for sure. Sudiksha says, study in different ways possible. Make it a combination of reading, notes, assignments, homework, instead of focusing on doing just one task for long hours. That's a very, very crucial, important point. So, implementing different strategies to complete your preparation or to continue your preparation in the form of making notes, practicing MCQs, watching videos, attending tests, actively participating in discussions. So, using different techniques or ways to get the task done is a very brilliant strategy which you can implement, because, again, that allows you overcome negativity or passivation, helps you stay afloat, helps you keep the momentum going. Good. So, you can use different methods towards preparation. So different methods can be incorporated in the form of e-classes, test series, study club discussions. So diverse. When you are diverse in your approach, that will definitely bring flavor to your preparation. So well said, Sudiksha. Good. Rituja has another tip for you. So you can play indoor games. I mean, if not everyone is married, you can play indoor games with your loved ones. Good. So that can be considered as a positive distraction. So meditation for some time gives motivation and peace to Rituja. So Rahil is talking about eat that frog first strategy. I'm not aware of it, but based on what you said, I can understand the same. So especially in the morning hours, you can allot time towards difficult topics, memory-based topics. And especially in the afternoon time where you are a bit sleepy, you can practice diagrams, illustrations, flowcharts, etc. Right? So different sessions, you can implement different methods of preparation, as Sudiksha mentioned, again based on your convenience. But memory-based, those which are difficult to remember, definitely you can allot those aspects in the early sessions and afternoon sessions, which require the hard work from your side, that is notes preparation, diagrams, illustrations. So you can implement different methods, again based on your convenience. Personally, I would say allot all memory based topics, study all memory based topics, etc., during your early hours. And nighttime, obviously, we're having sessions, discussions, try actively participating in the same. And e classes and all, you can go in the morning session itself. So it's like a heads up to your day. So you attend a class, you note down some points. So it gives you a very best starting point possible in your day. So afternoon time, as we discussed, you can go with illustrations, diagrams, notes preparation, MCQs practice in session 4, session 5. So customize it as per your requirements. Good. Venus, checking my own notes, which I prepared, motivates to work even more since it enables to give a confidence of our own capacity to work. So obviously, when you have your notes, yes, going through our notes definitely elevates or enhances your confidence. That's one of the advantages we have with notes. So notes preparation. So I'll just add up that as well. So notes preparation, as we discussed a number of times prior, it helps you save time later during your revision, and most importantly, it enhances or elevates your confidence. Good, Venu. Subha, also we can change the way we study, like one notebook, laptop, whiteboard. Good, Subha. Yeah, of course, you can implement that strategy as well. So a notebook, and then smartphones or whiteboard if you have access to. Wonderful. Sita says reading books to stay focused so we're not distracted from social media. Good. So if you're really into social media, then it's better to replace that with other habits such as book reading or positive distractions, which we have been discussing. Definitely, it helps you use your time or utilize your time in a more productive manner. Because when you go on with social media, you end up feeling negative, passive, frustrated, sometimes even without our knowledge. But these books and all, they give you altogether different perspective and greater positivity, bouts of positivity. Yeah, you can uninstall all apps which are almost unnecessary. If you want to really check those social media apps, you can use your laptop. The problem with a smartphone is, in fact, it's a blessing, but we are accessibility means easy distraction, which means easily we are able to get all those negativity. But if you can uninstall, that's what I would even suggest. If you can uninstall, you can obviously check the same in a laptop or computer if you have access to. So laptop or computer, you can't really open it very frequently as that of your mobile. So uninstalling apps from social media definitely helps you out, save plenty of time, and will save you from tons and tons of negativity. Good. Sriparna says, nowadays I started one thing. I use headphones and watch e-classes videos during my morning, evening walk, and this has driven my attention and more concentration towards studies. Yes, Sriparna, I remember telling you the same previously as well. So you can use your headphones or earphones, and then you can watch videos while you're walking. In fact, that eliminates your conscious effort. In fact, there is a scientific study which proves the same. When you're consciously trying to do something, it might not enter your subconscious mind. So keeping your conscious mind distracted, like walking or involving in some other activity, and then listening to your priorities will help you seep that particular information into your subconscious mind. And once something enters your subconscious mind, you will never forget it throughout your lifetime. And for your lifetime, take my word. Good, Sriparna. So in that way, you're able to complete maximum number of videos. Good to hear. Yeah, visualization technique. And Agnishwar says, talking to your teachers and mentors through whom you can derive some knowledge and strategies. Good. So talking to your loved ones, wonderful. Yeah, physical fitness is also very important. At least 15-20 minutes of physical activity per day in the form of walking, running, jogging, or at least some yoga exercises or some simple exercises which you can do at home. Yes, good. So that can be considered as the best, one of the best positive distractions you can ever have. Yes, especially during nighttime. When you use these visualization techniques, as Rahil mentioned, you'll have very good sleep. I personally follow the same several times, and it really works out well. So just before you sleep, we had different phases in our sleep: alpha, delta, beta. There are four phases as far as I have gone through a particular book. So you'll be entering into your semi-conscious state. So when you are in your semi-conscious state, the most of the information will be processed by your subconscious mind, which is far more powerful than your conscious mind. So it's a very powerful motivator that will keep you positive, for sure. So visualization just before you sleep will give you good sleep, quality sleep, and your entire day will turn out to be extremely well. Good, Rahil. So Subha says you make cartoon notes for topics. So you make stories. So yeah, of course, you can make songs, stories from subject so that you have your own approach towards preparation. And most importantly, it has to be fun. Good. Yes, Irfad. And Vasundhara says, talking to friends and telling them how much you have complete topics. Positive, healthy competition. Also, you got to know if you have missed anything important. So if it is positive, that's fine, Vasundhara. But as far as my experience is concerned, uh, I have landed into negativity most of the times because we never actually present the facts to our friends. See, in almost all the cases, we say, I haven't studied, I haven't prepared, I don't know anything. But when the results are out, it turns out to be completely different. So if it is positive, if it is healthy competition, then it's well and good, no issues. Yeah, Rituja, you can do it. In fact, I tried the same during my third year BDS. but I couldn't continue it. So you can definitely implement that strategy of recording your own voice during preparation or while you're reciting a particular lesion, important points, and then you can repeat the same. Good. That's another different strategy which you can implement. Yeah, Agnishwar, you can check out my previous video on visualization technique, or you can get back through mail. I'll guide you accordingly. Okay. So very good. So I'm really glad that most of you have come out with your own strategies. I'm sure this will definitely give you a heads up on how you can implement different strategies which we have to get things going, practically speaking. So as you all guys are aware of course, the number of hours you study definitely matters. The quantity matters. The quality matters. But if you are not studying a particular amount, or if you're not allotting particular amount of time, it doesn't mean that you should or you are lost. See, as humans, we keep having various fluctuations in our moods, in our enthusiasm level. So there will be numerous factors which will be influencing our day. But most importantly, see to that you're achieving consistency by following these strategies. It's okay if you don't study, take a break. If you feel like things are not moving at your pace, just leave out everything, take a break, involve in any of the positive, and I'm sure you'll bounce back to this because this is something which is natural. This is something which comes out of your passion, energy, enthusiasm, because of your willingness. You're not doing this just because someone told you to do this. You're doing this because preparation is your priority. You're doing this because you know the importance of what you're doing. You're doing this because you want to progress. This is something which comes out of you. So when something that comes out of you is very natural, then you need not really struggle towards the same. The reason why I've been trying to highlight the same in this specific live session is I've been getting several mails for the past several days asking me how to make maximum use of the lockdown or how to study more hours during lockdown. Keep all those factors aside. Look into your natural schedule, like sit down based on your time availability and convenience, note down like how many sessions you can allot in a particular day and work accordingly. Work in conjunction with your own customized schedule rather than following any fixed schedule. This is my natural schedule, I would say. So these days I'm waking up a bit late, but this is more or less my natural strategy, which I would implement on day-to-day basis. So along with that, involve yourself in various positive distractions. And to encourage you guys, I'll definitely share. I'm sharing and I'll keep on sharing various positive distractions which you mail us. It can be cooking, painting, blogging, writings, anything which helps you keep or stay positive and maintain your enthusiasm levels. It can be even singing, right? So you can just drop a mail. We'll see to that. We're sharing that in our YouTube channel and updates group. And remember, ultimately, it's not just about the quantity of hours. It's not just about the quality of hours. Both should go hand in hand, which is very important. Often we assume that it's the number of hours which is important. No, or we think only the quality hour is very important. No, it has to be hand in hand because reality is otherwise. Practically speaking, there is a lot of subject to get familiarized with in this particular preparation phase. So both quantity and quality matters. Having said that, if you're not able to allot, more number of hours as per your natural schedule, just try working out on the same. Remember, when I say natural customized schedule, you'll never miss it. You'll never miss the pace. You'll never miss your targets because it is natural and coming out of you. You will have that convenience of following it irrespective of the external challenges you have, right? So I hope it's clear and I hope this session is useful for all of you. And for any further assistance or feedback, you can always get back through mail 24 by 7, right? So the most important thing which I would like to highlight is before you commit yourself towards the task at hand, it's all about working hard, working consistently, and most importantly, believing in yourself. So these are the three factors which will actually keep you going and which will help you enable fulfill your dreams and to make the journey more enjoyable and fun. Obviously it has to be an enjoyable process, a fun learning process. If you're trying to mug up things, it's going to be a horrible task. But there are some challenging subjects which you need to memorize, for which you can use different strategies like diagrams, illustrations, tables, active participation, etc. Right? So just keep these things in mind, and you need any further assistance whatsoever, I'm just a mail away. Right? So wish you all the best. Love you all. Take care. Have a wonderful day ahead. And tonight we'll have a live session update. Okay. So after our study club discussion, mostly we'll have a textbook discussion live. I'll get back to you with more details through updates group. So have a wonderful day ahead. Take care.